check in today, see what's happening with y'all. Got a lot of things going on going into May as far as management, as far as distribution, as far as promotion and marketing. Um, just a lot of stuff available for those who are interested in getting their music off the ground. Real talk. Let me get this off the screen. Okay, yeah, real talk, man. I mean, all you got to do is really come with a budget. That's it. Simple as that. Come with a budget. Be ready to work. Let me take care of doing the research to find what's gonna be effective with your music. Don't come in with an open mind, like and just know that things don't come cheap. If you go cheap, you will get cheap quality with anything. Um, but like real talk, you could easily get your music placed within a few hours. It's all about how you want to network, how you want to work. Um, don't really take a whole bunch of negotiating. Don't take a whole bunch of back and forth inboxing and all that stuff. You just got to be ready and willing to work. Tell me what you focusing on, and we'll go from there. If you're looking for artist management, I got opportunities for that. I'm opening that back up. Uh, this failed me last year, so I kind of put that on the back burner. But now I done got paperwork drawn up, and I'm ready to work with serious artists. If you really want management, the management comes with distribution. So just keep that in mind. It will come with distribution through the orchard for that 12-month period. Um, and then I also have distribution opportunities as far as sub label, meaning that you would be underneath someone that has the label distribution, or you can get your own. You can get your own full console label distribution deal. And right now, until tomorrow night, got a pretty good deal for consoles through Sony, Warner Music Philippines, and Ingrooves, who's a division of Universal. So you can just give me a holler, man, if y'all really want to get this music off the ground. Nothing against the other distro kids and all that stuff, but it's a reason why a lot more independent artists are going to major distribution. Don't get the two confused. Having a major distribution deal is not having a major record deal. It's totally different, but it also gives that independent artist a lot more leverage because you control your own destiny and you have more platforms. So, I too was in a situation last year before I got the Sony deal where I used a couple different platforms to distribute my music, and I seen the results and I wasn't happy about it. Um, so just keep that in mind that the reason that these outlets are opening up is because of what's going on right now, the pandemic. But don't be fooled. When this stuff dies down a little bit more, there's not going to be as many opportunities for this. So your best bet is to get it while you can. And I talk to people all the time and they asked, so what's the difference between me going through somewhere like the Orchard or just sticking with TuneCore or United Masters? It's all about the platform and the network. It's all about what you can possibly get from these platforms. Uh, with the three that I named, they're all the top three labels in the world. So, regardless of the fact of you having just distribution, it's all about what you bring to the table. and the more you bring to the table, the better. Meaning that if you do the numbers, they will get a hold of you. I've seen it. I've been, I've had them get a hold of me for others, so I know. For artists that are actually doing the numbers, I actually have artists, clients that I work with that have been contacted because they're doing the numbers. Uh, so you just don't get that from these others. You know, you're paying for distribution. That's all you're paying for with these others. Versus when you're on like a major magnitude of dealing with the top three companies in the world. Period. They have different divisions on top of divisions, and and that's what you got to think about. You put, in comparison of these top three companies, they would be like Nike versus, I don't know, something real cheap, something from Kmart. You can't compare the two. Nike has division on top of divisions and so forth. You know, these other companies, they have those, but they don't have nearby as many. So you really just can't compare the two. So when it comes to that, that's one of the things you need to think about, especially long term. These are long term situations. These ain't for artists that are only gonna bring out a couple songs or a couple EPs or so forth and then stop doing music. This ain't that type of situation. This is more for a label or artist that's constantly grinding or something like that. This ain't for someone that's just planning on bringing out a couple songs because they think it's cool or they trying to impress their girl or friends or whatever. It ain't that type of party. You want to put, when you really want to seriously invest, you invest in the best, period. You don't go out and you don't do cheap things and you don't do things that might allow you to keep a couple of dollars here and there. Like I told you when I did that segment, stop cutting corners. So if you don't want to be one to cut corners, then you just go out for the best opportunity you can get. And right now, this is a really good opportunity for somebody. Now, don't break yourself, of course, but I'm pretty sure that if you do all the calculations and do the math, once you done spent 50 here and 100 there and another 50 here and another 100 there, it's all the same, man. It's all the same. And why not have at the end of that 50, 100 and so forth, why not have something like a brand like Nike versus a brand that's cheap where you're going to have to go back and buy another pair of shoes, in a month or so. So that's the comparison that I have when it comes to that distribution. So that's why a lot of times when people contact me and they say, I'm good, blah, 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 I'm like, all right, cool. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about numbers, and you got to have millions and millions on millions for people to discover you without that platform, and honestly, when you go to someone like a Orchard or a Warner Music or In Grooves, you'll see the difference in your fan base. You'll see that it's not just a couple of different other countries. It's tons of them. I mean, it's crazy. Just off the first release that I brought out through the Orchard, I compared the two demographics from when I was with DistroKid and SoundCloud and all that versus now, and it's totally different. Being having a fan base in China, having a fan base in Russia, having a fan base in Italy is totally different than what I had when I was with those others. And they telling you that, yeah, we got worldwide distribution when you really don't. So just think about that when it comes down to it, because like I said, these opportunities ain't always gonna be on the table. They're just not. And then as far as marketing and promotion, I mean, that's just it's common sense, man. Like I said, in order for your music to really move, you got to promote it. You have to, or otherwise it'd be like back in the day where you go in that CD shop and you see that CD every week on the shelf, and you wonder why ain't nobody buying it. It's the same philosophy. I mean, us in our 30s and 40s and so forth remember the tape and CD shops. And when you went in to buy your favorite artist, there was always a couple of other CDs or tapes on the shelf that nobody ever bought. So while you going in there and you buying this and that and every week, I mean, if you was like me, I was buying a new tape CD every week on probably two or three of them. But so you was going in there, you was like, oh, I wonder why so and so CD, ain't really popping, or how come ain't nobody buying it? How come he still got a whole bunch of CDs left there? It ain't because it suck. It's because he didn't promote it or she didn't promote it the right way you know. But our perception was that it sucked because everybody else's stuff was getting bought. So just think about that. And I read something the other day, and Spotify gets 66,000 songs a day. 66. So yeah, just think about that. 66 songs a day. So you gotta go out here and dig deep to make a difference. Because it wasn't like that 15, 20 years ago when I was an artist, but it is now. So 66,000 songs, you got to go up against 59999. You know, so just think about that. And the only way you're going to be able to even compete is by promoting it. And it can't be no small stuff either. It can't be what everybody's doing. You can't put your music where everybody's putting their music. You got to get creative. You just have to, And if you're not getting creative, then you behind the curve. And like I said, I ain't knocking nobody hustle. I know everybody got stuff going on, but if you really want to be in this music industry, man, I gotta come with it. Period. It's like any other game in the world. Any other game. You got people that sleep. You got people that stay woke. Which one are you? So yeah, man. Like I said, I got stuff going on, and I'm willing to work with serious people, not people that's just, capping. That's just hit me up. Yeah, man. I'll holler at you next week. Yeah, man. I'll holler at you next week. Every week. Yeah, man. I'll holler at you on Friday. Yeah, every Friday. Or I can't get you this week. I get you next week, and then the next week coming, it's the same thing. I ain't with none of that. None of it. And my patience is real thin too. So, and it was like that before now, but now it's really like that. So, y'all just come with your business, and then at the end of the day, if I help you out, you help me out. That's all I ask. Don't be that type of person that, you hitting me up asking for all these plugs and then you forget about somebody when you get plugged in. Nah. Remember, at the end of the day, we all know the street code. So we support those who support us. If I plug you, you plug me. If you plug me, I plug you. Don't forget. Don't forget. People seem to forget. They tend to forget a lot. But at the end of the day, it's just money. That's it. So it's better to have that respect and support from others than to not. And you won't get that if you don't help each other out. And it's enough out here for all of us to eat. So just remember that. Remember, it's enough out here for everybody to eat. It's enough out here for everybody to have a million sales, a million streams, and so forth. It's enough out here for everybody to have 10 million views, or sell 10 million songs. So just remember that. That money is not, they not stop making money. Hell, they don't even make money like that anymore. It's electronic. Everything's electronic. So think about that. So while you got people out here hating, not trying to help each other out, worrying about they self and not others, money still is somebody's making the money. Somebody getting it. So just think about that. Like I said, I'm here. You know where I'm at. If you don't, check the email, website, or any of these social media platforms. Websites www.ScrilltownMOBusiness.com, or you can hit me on the email ScrilltownMOBooking@gmail.com, or you can go on here and DM me. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and so forth. So hit your boy up. Let me know what's good, and we can do business. And like I said, I'm out here trying to help everybody because if I help y'all, y'all help me. So until next time, I'm out. 100.